For the cutter, Kuliza gets one to go.
Second and third now for Bedford. That's a line drive single. And Charlie Cariello now strikes out Ryan Stramp.
Draws the double, redodges, beautiful, and scores. Stick quickly, Purnell drives righty, shoots, scores.
That is it. Bedford is your girls lacrosse champion. The Bulldogs are champs once again. You're undefeated. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Bedford High Stadium. A lovely evening as we are getting ready for a Division I contest, a good one between the undefeated Bedford Bulldogs at 6-0 and the 5-2 Sabres of Souhegan. I'm Harry Kozlowski here with Corey Munster-Tiger. Corey, this Bedford team has been firing on all cylinders with a 106-43 goals for, goals against margin. So they've been winning games handily. The only game that gave them trouble was back on the 15th against Pinkerton Academy. That was a tough one, but they pulled that one out 13-11.
They sure did. This is a talented group of players today. Skill level is all over the board, every position. It's fun to watch these girls get up and down the field. High level of lacrosse IQ too, and we're going to see that throughout today's game.
And the Souhegan opponent is also quite strong. They're 5-2. The girls goals for, I should say, 90-58. So they can score goals as well, and they just came off a very intense win over Portsmouth. We'll be back with more.
And your Bedford Bulldogs. Bedford, Portsmouth, and Souhegan have come together to raise awareness for the One Love Foundation. When these teams play each other this season, the players will be wearing One Love shooter shirts. One Love is a non-profit with the goal of ending relationship abuse. One Love was founded in honor of Yardley Love, a 22-year-old college student and lacrosse player at Virginia who was killed by her ex-boyfriend. After her death, her family started One Love to educate young people about the difference between healthy and unhealthy relationships. Almost 14 years ago marks the anniversary of her death. One Love educates young people about the difference between healthy and unhealthy relationships. Through compelling workshops and peer-to-peer discussions, One Love opens young people's eyes to the unhealthy behaviors and offers ways they can spot these behaviors in their own lives. Empowered to pass this information on, the Bedford, Souhegan, and Portsmouth lacrosse teams are dedicated to sharing the importance of preventative education to their communities. Thank you for supporting our athletes and learning about the One Love Foundation. Enjoy today's game, and please consider making a donation at our concession stand or buy a One Love raffle ticket to win some cool prizes. Go Dogs!
Thank you, Bedford High School senior Audrey Purnell.
And while we're waiting for the national anthem here, we heard a little bit about the One Love program, teaching players and students about healthy relationships.
Harry, that was a pretty impactful event that happened in the lacrosse community, as you heard, about 14 years ago down at the University of Virginia. And it's great that these teams, even today, are embracing the One Love Foundation and encouraging folks out there to make a donation. If you're interested, have some time, check out that website when you get a chance. Very inspiring story, and it's great to see these girls embracing it here as well.
I believe the teams are in the process of getting their sticks inspected by the officials, so that'll take a couple of minutes. In the meantime, let's go through the starting lineups for the Souhegan Sabres. At attack, freshman number 2, Libby Kennedy. Junior attack, Abby Gianetti. She wears number 5. Number 7, Emma Kennedy, also in attack, a senior. Number 12, Lene Hickman, attack, freshman. Number 1, Isabel Stevenson, a midi. She's also a freshman. Natalie Highmark, number 4, a junior. Lila Campbell, also a midi, number 8. She is a senior. Marley Bacon, defender, sophomore, number 6. Eva Stiles, a defender, number 11, sophomore. Sophie Jacobs, defender, freshman, number 13. Allison Jordan, senior defender, number 23. And in goal is Catherine Shriver. She is a senior, and she will wear number 99.
And on the Bedford Bulldogs side, at attack will be number 15, Leah LeBlanc, the junior. Also senior number 22, Natalie Denon. And senior number 44, Tegan Steele. Manning the midfield today, we'll have senior number 2, Olive Matthews. Junior midfielder, Maddie Kiley, wearing number 3. Senior midfielder, Audrey Purnell, wearing number 4. And I guess fittingly enough, wearing number 5, Megan Meir, also a senior midfielder. On defense, you'll have Makita Barry, number 9, the sophomore defender. Senior Libby Norris, wearing 10. Sophomore, wearing number 11, Melanie Gibson. And 14, Andy Nugent, the sophomore, will round out the defensive core. In goal tonight, we will have number 27, Grace Stewart, the senior goalkeeper, between the pipes. Harry, you mentioned Souhegan's record coming in there 5-2, but they had an impressive win over Portsmouth. Portsmouth's only loss on the year, a 1-goal game there. At Portsmouth, they won 15-14. 2 tough losses early in the year, the 1-goal game at Pinkerton on the 22nd early last week. And then their first game of the season, they lost a tough one to Bishop Girton, an 8-goal margin, which is a little bit surprising given the talent level here at Souhegan. So this will be a tough match for the girls lacrosse program from Bedford as they take on the visiting Souhegan Sabres.
What's impressive about Souhegan is the youth they have on their team. A lot of freshman starters, and they're able to maintain a winning record at 5-2 and coming up with some big wins as well. So that's a lot of young talent to develop for the Sabres, a team to watch for in the future. In the meantime, though, Bedford, like I said, is undefeated. They have been taking care of business with huge wins against just about everybody. Concord, Kennebunk, Maine, Dover, Hanover, Nashua North, the only team, like we mentioned before, a very close victory at Pinkerton back on the 15th by 13-11 margin. Only 2 common opponents between these 2 teams. Pinkerton was a loss for Souhegan, as was, Nashua North was a victory for both Bedford and Souhegan as well. So only the Pinkerton game difference in their 2 records.
So we expect a good one this afternoon. As you mentioned, the sticks are still getting checked. The referees are making sure the pockets are legal. 12 minutes on the board as we prepare for the opening draw.
And we've got some time, so let's talk about upcoming broadcasts. We've got Bedford baseball coming up against Merrimack. The Tomahawks come to SAU Field for an afternoon contest on Wednesday, May 1st. That is a 4:30 first pitch. We will have that for you on BC TV. Then on Friday, May 3rd, 7 p.m., it's going to be boys lacrosse. So we're going to be taking on the out-of-state Marblehead, Massachusetts Magicians.
The Magicians, Harry.
That is a new name, I believe, for that school. So the Magicians will appear here in Bedford Stadium Friday night, 7 o'clock. We will have that broadcast for you as well here on BC TV.
Athletes competing here today. Now let's meet today's starting lineups. First, for the visiting Sabres of Souhegan High School. Starting midfield, a freshman, number 1, Isabel Stevenson. Starting attack, a freshman, number 2, Libby Kennedy. Starting midfield, a junior, number 4, Natalie Highmark. Starting attack, a junior, number 5, Abby Gianetti. Starting defense, a sophomore, number 6, Marley Bacon. Starting attack, a senior captain, number 7, Emma Kennedy. Starting midfield, a senior captain, number 8, Lila Kimball. Starting defense, a sophomore, number 11, Eva Stiles. Starting attack, a freshman, number 12, Lanai Hickman. Starting defense, a freshman, number 13, Sophie Jacobs. Starting in defense, a senior captain, number 23, Allison Jordan. And starting the goal for Souhegan, a senior, number 99, Katie Schreiber. The head coach for the Sabres is McKinley Spordone, assisted by Andy Jordan and Samantha Devine. Now let's meet the starting lineups for the Bedford High School Bulldogs. Starting midfield, a senior, number 2, Olivia Matthews. Starting midfield, a junior, number 3, Maddie Kiley. Starting midfield, a senior, number 4, Audrey Purnell. Starting midfield, a senior, number 5, Megan Muir. Starting defense, a sophomore, number 9, Makita Berry. Starting defense, a senior, number 10, Libby Norris. Starting defense, a sophomore, number 11, Melody Gibson. Starting defense, a sophomore, number 14, Andy Nugent. Starting attack, a junior, number 15, Leah LeBlanc. Starting attack, a senior, number 22, Natalie Denon. Starting the goal for Bedford, a senior, number 27, Grace Stewart. And starting attack, a senior, number 44, Tegan Steele. The head coach for the Bulldogs is Christine Hodgson, assisted by Melissa Catenza. The officials for today's game are Stephanie Johnson and Jackie Driscoll. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask you now to stand as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Be ready for the opening draw in just a moment. Quick reminder that Bedford boys baseball is being played right now. They are at Salem, and we are carrying the Salem broadcast for you on Channel 8, BCTV's Channel 8. This game, of course, only being broadcast on Channel 1072. We appreciate the work of the Salem TV team giving us that broadcast, and we'll keep you up to date with scores as they come in. Bedford breaks their huddle. Souhegan still going over things with their coach about the break, and we'll have the first period underway.
Last minute adjustments. As we talked about, some similar scores, similar strong records to start the season. Coach Hodgson has her work cut out for her against Coach Kuro Spordone. Coach Kuro Spordone, very active in the club lacrosse scene as well in the summer months. She coaches the Granite State Elite Squad, or at least she did. I believe she's still doing that. We're getting ready for the opening draw. Looks like we'll have Maddie Kiley as normal for the Bulldogs. Can't quite see the number.
It is number 4 for Souhegan. It's Natalie Highmark.
Natalie Highmark will take it for the Sabres. Bulldogs taking their normal defensive strategy, 5 back in the defensive end. And we're ready to kick things off. Megan Meir repositioning on the outside of the circle, as is Liv Matthews. It's up and away. Matthews comes away with the ground ball and then gets fouled. And away we go. Tegan Steele. Missing the connection with Matthews, but there on the backup we have Audrey Purnell. The Bulldogs will settle things down, set up their offense. Good look, opposite side, shot high and a little soft. Looked like there might have been a check there, or the ball started coming out of Audrey Purnell's stick a little too early.
I think that's what it was. The ball was kind of high in the net when she let that go and kind of rolled off.
Denon looks to feed. Now Steele.
Bedford closing in on the goal a little bit, now pulling away. And that was Olivia Matthews trying to split the defense.
She's going to earn an 8-meter free position, I believe, on shooting space violation.
First scoring opportunity here for the Bulldogs. Let's see if she can cash it in. Off the ground and in. Olivia Matthews makes it 1-0 Bulldogs.
Great shot there. She took it left-handed, able to go far side. Bouncers, tough to catch up to. So Schreiber put in an awkward position early on the defensive foul. Bulldogs go ahead 1-0.
Now we return to midfield for the draw.
And on that foul, they called the shooting space as the help defender came in and was in a directly an obstacle, if you will, right in the way of the offensive player. So that's why they call that shooting space. They have to approach from the side in order to be in a legal defending position.
Ball in the air. Now on the ground, still loose. Looks like the Bulldogs pick it up. Maddie Kiley, the quick stick, getting it. Tegan Steele now down the sideline, waits for her offense to set up. Matthews slows it down, gets it to Purnell, now to Kiley. Bulldogs working the perimeter here. Matthews tries to make a cut, but the Souhegan defender does not take the bait. Pass down to Kiley now. 1-on-1, she's coming in tight and scores. Maddie Kiley, she turned on the Jets, got around Lila Kimball, and was able to put that in the goal. It's 2-0 Bedford. Great dodge here too on the replay. Gets low side, then comes back, puts it back in her left hand so she can get the right angle. And oh, actually, they called off the goal. They called off the goal. Crease violation?
I believe it must have been a crease violation, as the stick needs to stay outside the cylinder too. So still 1-0. They did call it off and restarted play back with Katie Shriver.
Souhegan is in control now. Highmark gets it behind X. That's Kennedy, number 7. Giannetti, back to Kennedy. 1-on-1 against the Bedford defender. She comes up top, looks for an outlet.
Great D by Norris right there. Equal pressure, not extending out, not letting Kennedy get the edge.
Now the ball's on the ground. Picked up quickly by Kimball. Souhegan maintains control, but she's double teamed. She's got to peel back to get some room here.
Good job by Makita Barry overplaying that right hand for Stevenson. Solid defensive effort so far. An excellent D right there by Purnell. Didn't go for the fake, just stayed steady.
Yeah, Libby Kennedy had to pick the ball up again. Now the ball's behind X once more. Coming around. That's Giannetti. Doesn't take a shot. Instead leaves it there for Highmark.
Gibson was there to meet her. Goal line extended.
Highmark tried to take a shot. Her stick was struck just as she let it go. Goes wide. Souhegan backs it up and they maintain control here. Hickman comes out in front of the goal line, loses it. And we'll see what the call is. There was contact.
Yeah, I believe they called an illegal check on Norris, extending those hands in a cross check, and now they score. Good dodge there by Hickman. She's able to cash in the first goal for the Sabres.
Good move too. She came in, she had defenders between her. She cut to the side, got herself some more room, was able to put the ball past the
Split
keeper.
the middle, little dip dodge, bringing her stick away from the check of Matthews, and came back to her right hand and was able to finish up and over Grace Stewart.
All tied up at 1 now, 7:56 to go here in the first quarter. Another draw at midfield between Highmark and Kylie. Official tees it up. We'll be ready to go in just a moment.
You see the strategy here too on the draws now. Over to our left, players are not even on the circle, and then they position themselves to be on it. That was Matthews. And Highmark is able to control the draw for the Sabres.
Grabbed it right out of the air. Sabres are on the attack once again, all tied up at 1 apiece. Libby Kennedy goes behind X, or correction, that was number 12. Hickman, the goal scorer. Now back on top, it's Giannetti. Pivots, looks. Gets it to Libby Kennedy once again, who's up on top. Kennedy tries to get by one defender, takes a shot and scores.
Great move there by Kennedy. Through traffic, unassisted, just individual effort there.
Souhegan goal by number 2, Libby Kennedy.
And that's one of those freshman starters that you were talking about. Just a little dip dodge to her right, keeps it in her right hand and gets back to it after she gets by the first defender. And Stewart's just in a tough spot right there, one-on-one, as Kennedy's right there on the doorstep.
And the Bulldogs find themselves in rare territory, behind in the game. They trailed 2-1 here in the first. These face-offs are going to be critical. Ball's in the air, now on the ground, and Highmark had it momentarily. Kylie nearly had it, and now it's picked up by Matthews. Good backup there. Bulldogs on the attack. Denon. Over to LeBlanc. Denon again.
Matthews scooped up that ground ball. She's just so shifty with her moves and quick. A little jab step here, a little fake there. Gives herself room and gets it ahead to Denon to settle things down on the offensive side of the field.
Here's Kylie. Being watched. Now gets it back to Matthews. It's on the ground, but I think she's going to be able to pick it up, and she does. And no harm there. Bulldogs still with it. One-on-one. Nice juke there by Matthews, but didn't go past the defender. She drops it off.
Nice shot.
And a shot.
Megan Muir, a little sidearm shot to the low left corner. Schreiber couldn't catch up to it. They'll count that one.
Bedford goal by number 5, Megan Muir. Assist number 2, Olivia Matthews.
So there on that replay, a little, instead of that overhand shot, she came from a different angle, and it's tough for the goalies to get good tracking on that ball coming from different angles. So good job by Muir to come different approach. Matthews picks up the assist, and we're tied, 6:25 to go in the first.
Both teams able to score with possession. And Souhegan wins that face-off as Libby Kennedy comes up with the ball. Now it's on the ground, taken away. by Bedford's number 2, Matthews. And she crosses midfield as she passes it off to Norris. Norris ahead to steal.
It reminded me to go back to a stick exchange that I saw at the conclusion of that draw there. Next time around, it seemed like Highmark was substituting a stick to a defender who was running off the field so that she could get a draw stick out of her hand and an offensive stick into her hand. Very interesting strategy.
Here's Kylie. Over to Muir. And whistles blown.
Now shooting space called. Megan Muir, aggressive move towards the goal, and she earns herself an 8-meter free position to the top right of Schreiber. Little dip, got whacked, no call. Oh man, it did get called. She's going to get another free position here.
This time coming from the same spot? I guess so, yeah.
I think another hash in, so a better angle this time. She goes for the low burner, finds the low left corner. Megan Muir picks up her second goal on the afternoon and puts Bedford back out front, 3-2.
Bedford goal line number 5, Megan Muir.
Muir has a lot of faith in that shot. Figured she could beat the goalkeep from 8 meters out and did.
That's a tough one again too. She's same kind of thing she did in the last goal, changing the angle of her shot, coming from hip level or even lower. As it's tough to catch up. First of all, it's tough to see it coming out from that angle for Schreiber. And then secondly, with a little bit of oomph on it, it's tough to catch up to it.
Bulldogs back on top 3-2. Just under 5 minutes to play here in the first. Off the face-off. Ball is loose. Souhegan picks it up. That's number 1, Isabel Stevenson.
So as they settle in, Highmark gave her stick to Eva Stiles. Stiles ran off, substituted the stick for her own stick.
I assume that's legal.
Of course it's legal, yeah. It's just an interesting way to do it. And it allows her to get into the offensive set quicker instead of going all the way through the box. Nice little rocker step there.
That was Giannetti.
Stewart didn't see it as it trickled by the cage.
Souhegan maintains control behind X, not coming out in front with a shot. That was Libby Kennedy, number 2.
Just stayed with it. Strength to run through the check and finally got her arms and hands free to take the shot.
Libby Kennedy.
Look there, persistence, another step, finally gets her hands free and beats Stewart to the left side.
So Kennedy with her second goal, unassisted. And we're tied up again at 3. This is going to be one of those contests that's going to come down to the final possession.
Harry, you said freshman starter. You didn't say freshman phenom. Libby Kennedy, outstanding 2 goals to help Souhegan tie this. And Hickman, the other scorer, also a freshman.
Ball on the ground, Bedford controls. Matthews picks it up. Drops back into the defensive zone to give herself some space to reset. Now up to Libby Norris. It goes down the sideline into Souhegan territory. She's got Steele with her, but instead gives it right back to Kylie.
We are very happy to have the on-field microphone, and it is literally on the field. I think we positioned it a little too close to the field as we play these yellow lines. Might have to make an adjustment there so our players don't trip over it at some point.
Here's Kylie. Pass inside. Looks like a whistle here.
Another shooting space violation. Looks like Purnell will... No, it'll be Kylie.
Kylie tried to dish it off to Purnell, but Kylie was the one who was fouled. She'd be coming in at a fairly high angle.
Low shot, misses the net. And wow, great positioning there for the Bulldogs.
They back
Nobody
it up.
comes to Denon. Feed inside, save. Shriver.
Loose ball picked up by Souhegan.
Great ground ball, Sophie Jacobs. running out of the pack and gets it ahead to Kennedy.
Kennedy takes a shot and scores. 3 straight gives the Sabres a 4-3 lead.
Great dodge by Kennedy, too. Went from her right to her left.
He can go by number 2.
Call that a split dodge right here, from her right over to her left. Finishes left-handed. Too fast for Stewart to catch up to it. The Sabres are back in the lead, 4-3. That's a tough one there. That was stick side high for Stewart, and you could just tell the velocity on that ball as Kennedy had a head of steam.
The draw at midfield, 2:50 to go here. Souhegan leads 4-3. So you can watch the stick exchange happen again.
Yeah, it seems like it's only when the Sabres win the draw. If the Bulldogs have it, she's hustling back on defense. There you go.
They're able to clear the ball to get an advantage there, and they do. They pick it up. The Bulldogs do.
Natalie Denon on the ground ball. Phenomenal job boxing out, getting good position, and scooping up that GB.
Scoring opportunity missed on that last free start.
You see there, Liv Matthews just exchanged with Makita Barry to do a very similar thing of having the right stick on the draw versus the right stick for offense.
Kylie tries to split the defense.
Muir again.
Gets it to Muir. Ties it up.
Maddie Kylie on the assist there. Beautiful cut.
Bedford go by number 5, Megan Muir. Assist to number 3, Maddie Kylie.
And that's 3 goals in a row for Megan Muir.
Saw there on the replay, Muir coming off that right side, cutting high, losing her defender in traffic, and got a little bit of space to get that shot off.
Plenty of scoring in this contest. We still have 2 minutes and 10 seconds to go.
4-4, 3 goals apiece for Libby Kennedy on the Sabre side and Megan Muir on the Bulldog side.
Isabella Stevenson wins that loose ball. Souhegan on the attack. Hickman goes behind goal line extended. Pass up to Kennedy. Kennedy waits. Across to Kimball. Kimball runs into a double team, goes behind goal line extended, drifts back above it, and resets.
Good help defense there by the Bulldogs, and they did it without drawing that shooting space foul.
Here's Stevenson being watched by Matthews. Now she pulls back, tries to give herself a little more room.
Fights through a pick or two. Is able to play solid defense.
That's Kimball again, one of the team captains. She runs into some flack with Matthews. Trying to get away from Matthews, can't do it. Oh, what a tight angle shot. She didn't have much to aim at, and she got it in.
Lila Kimball up and over the defender. And somewhat unexpected shot for Grace Stewart in that situation. She felt that Matthews was playing very solid defense and probably didn't expect Kimball to pull the trigger there. She did and got beat stick side high. Sabres back out in front.
Kind of a low percentage shot to be taking there.
Low angle, tough shot, righty. So again, you're coming back with that limited angle. If you're a lefty shooting in that position, it's a better angle. Credit to Kimball for finding the back of the net.
So Bulldogs find themselves behind once more, 5-4, minute 2 to go. I haven't been keeping track of the face-off wins or the draw wins, but it's been fairly even. It's felt fairly even.
I agree.
And a change too on the draw. It was number 5, Megan Muir, taking that, but the Souhegan Sabres win it nonetheless.
Yeah, the last 2 or 3 have gone the Sabres' way, but Bulldogs started off pretty solid at that draw circle, so recent trend, and you saw the adjustment there by Coach Hodgson to try to get going back her way.
Kennedy takes the long shot, wide of the net, backed up by the Sabres, but we get a whistle here. And a yellow card on who? A Bedford
Matthews is, Audrey Purnell's jogging off. I think she caught Highmark with a high stick. It was either Highmark or Kennedy.
35.3 to go here.
I don't know if we'll be able to see that on the replay, but she does get sent off for the foul. We'll go in the box and feel shame.
So Bulldogs will be, well, they have a free start here.
Yeah, Libby
right
Kennedy.
12 o'clock. 12 o'clock.
Free position here for Kennedy. Top center is a tough spot for Stewart. Great D, getting a stick in there. I believe that was Matthews coming in from Kennedy's right side. Was able to deflect that shot away.
So each team has a failed free start. Evening things up here a little bit. Souhegan still in control. Bulldogs.
Good feed
short
inside.
Of player, and then inside to Kimball, and she scores high, 6-4, Souhegan, with 12.1 seconds to go.
Watch this pass from Kennedy. Gets double teamed, reaches over. Beautiful pass inside to Kimball. Senior captain catches it right in front of Stewart. She knows what to do with it.
Back-to-back goals for Kennedy. Numbers 5 and 6. And
I think that was Kimball that scored that.
Yeah.
She has 2 now.
That's what I meant. Kimball scored, Kennedy with the assist on that goal. I meant to say Lila Kimball. She was a goal scorer. 12.1 seconds to go here in the first. Violation on the draw. Awarded to the Bulldogs. They have possession with 8 seconds to go. Let's see if they can get a quick shot away. Matthews blocked up, trying to find a gap. Tried to get it to Kylie. She couldn't control it, and it's going to end right there with the Bulldogs down 2, 6-4.
Kimball scooped up that ground ball to avert any further offensive push by the Bulldogs. So we'll end the first quarter with that 2-goal deficit for the Bulldogs.
Scoring recap in that first quarter, Olivia Matthews off a free start made it 1-0. Then Lanai Hickman, number 12, also off a free start, ties it up at 1. Souhegan took the lead thanks to a goal by Libby Kennedy. That made it 2-1. Megan Muir with an assist from Matthews made it 2-2. Muir had a free start, scored on that 3-2. Kennedy unassisted made it 3-3. Then another one unassisted made it 4-3. Muir, with help from Kylie, made it 4-4, but then the last 2 went to Souhegan, both from Lila Kimball, and the second goal assisted by Libby Kennedy. So that's where we stand right now.
A lot of goals scored. I mean, we're at 10 already in the game, tracking for a very high scoring affair. I have to say, Stewart had a tough go because the sun is directly in her eyes for that top right shooter. And now they're going to swap ends. So this quarter, Katie Shriver will have the difficulty of not only the Bedford offense, but the added difficulty of the setting sun.
Yeah, the sun is quite low to the ground here, and it's a cloudless day, so you're getting the full effect. Thank you. Next broadcast here on BCTV coming up on Wednesday, May 1st, 4:30. It'll be the Merrimack Tomahawks coming to SAU Field, followed up by boys lacrosse on Friday, the Marblehead Mass Magicians little cross-state contest here on Friday, May 3rd, 7 p.m. start. And then baseball Monday, May 6th, as it's Manchester Central and West combined co-op team come to Bedford for 4:30 first pitch. Do we have an update from Salem? Try to get that for you. The Bedford Bulldogs baseball team, of course, playing as we speak over in Salem. We're carrying that broadcast for you, the Salem broadcast, on Channel 8. Andrew Fenn, our producer, trying to get us the score.
So 12 minutes back on the board. Ready to get the second going here momentarily. Back to the draw circle.
We have an update for girls softball. Unfortunately, the Bulldogs dropping that one to Salem by a score of 18-2. Bottom of the seventh. Is that 6-3 Bedford? So they're on top. But Salem has their final at bat. We'll let you know how that one turns out.
Bring in Mariano Rivera. Close it out. Is he still in the high school ranks?
Not quite.
Oh, okay.
Kind of aged out.
Yeah, all right.
Here's the draw. Matthews back in the circle against Highmark. In the air. Now on the ground. Kylie's able to run it down. And the Bulldogs are on the attack.
Quick pass ahead to Natalie Denon as she was free of a defender and was able to settle things down. Again, get the appropriate substitutions on the field.
Kylie with it. She's backed up quite a bit here. Finally, the Souhegan defenders come out to meet Matthews. Now back to Kylie.
See, the Souhegan Sabres are extending their defense quite a bit on these talented midfielders.
Here's Denon. Comes out, draws a little bit of flack. Steele. She comes out as well. This is Muir. Now back to Matthews on the top as the Bulldogs reset. No shot clock, of course, so they can take their time here. Matthews back to Kylie. Drops it, gets it off the ground.
Sabres are playing a little bit different defensive strategy. It's sometimes referred to as a backer defense. You could see number 1, Isabel Stevenson. It's pretty much following that ball around the perimeter. There's an on-ball defender, and Stevenson is there as the backer, if you will, or the person ready to back up the primary defender.
Yeah, they did something. They changed things up and giving Bedford a little bit of a hard time here. Matthews one-on-one here against number 11. That's Stiles, Eve Stiles. Gets it back to Muir.
And this is them still serving out their penalty too. As you can see, Audrey Purnell trots back on the field, and now they're even. Bulldogs killing off that card.
Kylie.
Feet inside. Shot blocked.
Bedford gets it right back. Kylie takes the pass from Muir. Bulldogs reset here.
Matthews lefty. Offside high. Finds the back of the net. See the replay here. Stutter step, gets to her left,
Matthews
gets to about 12 yards, pulls the trigger and finds the back of the net. As I like to say, stings the upper 90. One goal game. Matthews second on the day, the other 3 by Megan Muir. 3 for Libby Kennedy on the other side, 2 for Lila Kimball, and 1 for Lanai Hickman.
And Matthews kicking in an assist as well. Matthews will take the face-off against Highmark.
Procedure called on Highmark, so Matthews picks it up quickly, and Bulldogs will settle into their half-field offense.
This is Muir to Matthews. Matthews directing traffic, sending Kylie down low. Souhegan not pressing as much as they did on the last possession.
Yeah, and again, they were a player up, so they had the ability to press out on their defensive end, put a little pressure, and try to get an easy turnover. The Bulldogs did a nice job of handling that pressure.
Bulldogs trying to tie it up here. They trail 5-6.
Defensive help comes pretty quickly. They feed inside and scores. Audrey Purnell couldn't handle it the first time, but scooped up the ground ball and finished high. Matthews will pick up the assist, and we're knotted at 6.
Bedford go by number 4, Audrey Purnell.
That was kind of a no-look over the shoulder shot there.
Yeah, and again, we can't ignore the sun factor here. As we talked about it heading into this quarter, they switched sides. Katie Shriver is now having to deal with that setting sun over to our right side of the field. And it is, as it gets lower, it gets tougher and tougher for these goalies to pick up that ball.
2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Salem trailing 6-4.
Well, they scored at least 1 run.
They've got runners on 1st and 3rd. So this is one that they're going to have to fight to hang on for. 2 balls on this batter so far.
Is it Hanley Jansen that we need in there? Who's the closer now? Do you know anybody on the Red Sox?
No.
There you go.
Sorry.
I'm looking around the
Not a base. Really, I mean.
Okay, you don't like baseball.
Don't like baseball.
All right.
Sorry.
Usually you can at least name 1 or 2 people besides Rafi Devers, right?
No.
No.
I can tell you, Alex Cora is the manager. Maybe next year. I don't know.
Well, okay.
They always want to fire him.
At least for
I know
now.
that.
Right? At least for now. Yeah, well, there were low expectations. I have to say they're beating expectations for this point in the season. We're still early. They have plenty of time to screw it up. But
that's the spirit.
We'll see. My mind's on lacrosse, though. This is lacrosse season. Baseball is at the dead of the summer when nothing else is going on.
Have you been following any of the NLL? They're in their playoffs right now.
I have. Always entertaining. Brutal form of lacrosse. Those guys are big, strong, fast.
It's like the Thunderdome in there.
And really beat on each other.
Absolutely.
Had several ex-teammates that would play at that level, and man, you have to be an absolute gladiator to go into that arena.
Sanctioned violence.
Yeah, I mean, anywhere else you could be called for or arrested for assault. And that's really not an exaggeration. I mean, these guys really get after it.
Buffalo Bandits able to get by the Georgia Swarm in overtime.
Look at
10-9, and then the.
Did you go to the game, Harry?
No, I watched
Buffalo?
it. They are on TV. They stream them on ESPN, so
right.
I follow them that way. But I also know the Rochester Nighthawks, who snuck into the playoffs. They got knocked out by the Toronto Rock.
The Rock.
The Rock and the Bandits will be facing off on Saturday, I think it is. And do we have a final? We do. Bulldogs hang on. They get that last out. 6-4 win. 6 runs, 10 hits, 1 error. Salem 4, 7, and 3 errors. So the Bulldogs get one in the W column.
As our scorekeeper here, Steve, was saying, they brought in the righty to close it out. Little tap to the forearm. Got the final out. They'll put the notch mark in the win column. Hey, we're back. We're back to the draw circle. 6-6, 9:03 left in the second. It seemed like that was a very long time out.
Yeah, it really was. I'm glad we had something to talk about.
Kylie back at the draw with Highmark. Excuse me, that's Matthews. Kylie right there scoops up the ground ball. Nice job, and then looks away. Can't connect with Muir.
Matthews finally gets it on the second. Actually, Muir gets it on the second try and gets it up to Denon. On the ground here, loose once more, and it goes out of bounds, and possession goes over to Souhegan.
I believe that deflected off of Leo LeBlanc, who was there trying to scoop up the ground ball. Now Kimball gets crowded right by the sideline.
You can hear the official right there. The microphone is so close.
Yeah, this time it's not on the field. Thank you for that adjustment. To the BCTV crew, I won't tell everybody out there that it was actually Corey Parker that moved the microphone. He might ask for a little compensation from the BCTV guys for his effort.
Stevenson. Drops it off. We're going to get a whistle here.
Shooting space on, looks like Norris. They're going to call it on. Muir was right there as well. Yeah, they do call it on Muir.
Emma Kennedy will get the free start, or?
Yeah, that's Kennedy. She was not quite inside that 8-meter fan, so they pushed her back to the 12, and it's not that threatening free position on the 8. So they restart somewhat harmlessly.
Libby Kennedy has to pick it up. Behind X. They emerge. Stevenson picks up a defender. Kennedy, one-on-one, tries to step away, can't do it. Now gets it back to Stevenson with a high shot over the net, but backed up by Lene Hickman. Sabres maintain control.
Good defense there, not letting Stevenson get the edge, forcing a tough shot. Sailed high. Stewart holds her own. Now we're going to get a legal check here, I believe, on Norris. Oh, no, they're going to call it on Melanie Gibson.
So Hickman with the free start.
She's top right. Defenders moving around, trying to find good positions. Hickman, bouncer, finds the back of the net.
Souhegan back on top, 7-6.
Short side bouncer. Stewart couldn't catch up to it. You see here on the replay, a couple steps in, dodges one check, and then beats Stewart near side. So 2 goals for Hickman now, 2 for Kimball, and 3 for Libby Kennedy. For the Bulldogs, 2 goals for Liv Matthews, 3 for Megan Muir, and 1 for Audrey Purnell.
Hickman with the bookends. She got the first and last goal of this contest so far. So a call on early entry. That goes against the Bedford Bulldogs. Souhegan takes control.
Love having that field mic to hear the call directly from the official. We saw a little stutter step there. I believe it was Maddie Kiley. And now the Bulldogs get a turnover.
Here's Natalie Denon.
Ball squirts out. She's there for the ground ball. Rolls away from pressure. Foot race down the near sideline. She rolls back. Looks for help, and great interception by Libby Kennedy. She headbands it to her sister, I believe, and that's a goal. Emma Kennedy. Ooh, they don't give the assist to Libby Kennedy. I probably would have given it to her.
Come on, you got to give her that assist.
Yeah, give her the stat. Give her the stat. And the Sabres go up 2 goals, 8-6. Libby Kennedy picks off the pass right around midfield, gets it ahead quickly to Emma Kennedy, and they convert.
Well, I'm going to give her an assist.
Me too. Libby Kennedy has 3 goals and 2 assists.
I mean, really, you can argue she made the play.
Yeah.
With that pass.
Came up with the turnover. Crucial play right there in the midfield. Unsettled
Absolutely,
situation, and got the odd man going the other way.
So another 2-goal lead here for the Sabres. 5:27 to go in the half.
I thought you would like the hockey reference with the headman. Yeah. Headman the puck.
I just assumed that was part of lacrosse lingo.
Not really.
Oh. Oh well. Off the draw. Bulldogs come up with it. Maddie Muir. There's the stick exchange.
And the draws, as we see in the men's game, the face-offs are so important. The draws here and controlling the draws, such a crucial aspect of the women's game, because we've seen 14 goals already, and it's not necessarily every possession, but a very high percentage of possessions end in a goal. They take care of the ball so well. They're cautious with their passes, sharp with their stick skills.
That's Kylie with it now.
Instead of turnovers, instead of wayward passes, it's usually a goal. And ooh, great save. Ooh, and it trickles in behind. Shriver came up with the initial save, but it trickles in behind her as it deflected, I believe, off her own stick. And Liv Matthews pulls the Bulldogs within one.
Bedford goal by number 2, Olivia Matthews.
See, that's another case where I might have given Kylie an assist.
That might be a little bit of a stretch.
Steve, just want me to remind you about the stop clock points under 2 minutes in critical scoring areas.
Bedford cuts the deficit to 1, 8-7, 4:34 to go in the half. They've been trailing for a good chunk of this game. These Sabres are giving the Bulldogs all they can handle here on their home field. In the air.
Ooh.
And Souhegan comes up with
Good
a flat
check.
line.
Outstanding check by Liv Matthews, trailing the play. Sharp downward check. Legal, gets the ball loose and gets the turnover.
So the Bulldogs again on the attack as they trail by 1. Kylie to Matthews to Purnell up high. Back from Muir, now to Matthews. Matthews cuts to her left, finds Muir, low shot, scores.
Same stick angle, getting it low. Shriver's just a sitting duck back there, and Matthews picks up her 3rd assist.
Number 5, Megan Muir. Assist number 2, Olivia Matthews.
And that's Matthews' 4th goal of the day.
Juggernaut, and they tie it up again, 8-8. 3:50 to go in the second.
It's a real slugfest here.
I mean, 16 goals already.
With just about 4 minutes left in the half.
In the half. See the stick exchange on the far sideline as Highmark is trotting back to the draw circle.
Ball loose, but the Bulldogs pick it up. Real hustle there.
Phenomenal ground ball in traffic by Maddie Kiley. Got in there, scooped it up, cradled away from pressure.
3:30 to go. Bulldogs trying to take a lead here on this possession. Both teams have been scoring on pretty much every possession.
Yeah, there have been a very few and rare turnovers. A couple in transition, one or two in the respective offensive ends, but not common at all.
There's an errant pass that's going to go out of bounds.
I thought I heard a whistle.
Yeah, they are going to call a foul here and a free start.
Yeah, it looks like Maddie Kiley's going to get a free position top left of Shriver. And Shriver's, can't catch up to that one. Kiley scores. The Bulldogs back ahead for the first time since early in the first quarter.
Bedford go by number 3, Maddie Kiley.
So just goals on just about every possession here. That's why those face-offs are so key. Very few turnovers, and each team has one failed free position attack. Each team failed to score on their free position. On one of their free positions, anyway. So back to midfield for the draw. Matthews against Highmark. 2:52 to play, 9-8. Bulldogs on top. 3 straight goals got them there. Ball high in the air. Knocked down, but still loose. Who's coming up with it? It's going to be the Sabres. Great move there by Highmark as she races down the sideline. Bulldogs peel back. And the Sabres set up their offense. Hickman. Stevenson draws a double team. Now she backs off.
2-person game over there, a little pick and roll action.
Stevenson's trying to cut inside, but fended off very well.
Good defense by Matthews. Good strength there to keep her out. Stevenson was trying to duck under and get that inside position. Ooh.
Now Lila Kimball, if they're going to call a turnover there.
I missed that call. It was backside. It could have been an illegal screen. I didn't quite pick that call up. It was made by the near side trailing official. Foul there was Kiley.
She was surrounded by black shirts. Really had to work to keep from losing that ball.
Here dodges a double team. Finds Purnell.
Steele gets it back to Kiley. Now to Matthews again. 1:23 to play. Bulldogs up by 1, 9-8. They have yet to have a 2-goal lead here. This is a golden opportunity. Denon to Muir. Denon back to Muir. Steele pass inside. Matthews' shot is blocked. And what's the call here? Are they going to back it up for Bedford? They will, looks like.
They do. Denon snuck in right there on the end line as that ball was trickling out of bounds. Hustled it down, and it was still considered a shot, so.
45 seconds to play here in the half. There's Denon. Back to Muir. Takes a cut, gets it back to Denon. I'm sorry, to Steele. Her shot saved there by Shriver.
Look at that hustle. Muir hustling out from the midfield. Gets another possession on an illegal empty check.
18 seconds to go.
Looks like Matthews is going to clear things out. Just about 10 seconds to go. Double team comes, looks inside. That ball gets batted.
Just 5 seconds left here. We'll see if Souhegan can get a shot away. Long pass, and that's not going to happen. Exciting half of lacrosse here. 17 goals scored, but Bedford fighting back 3 straight late. Gives them the 9-8 lead here after one half of girls lacrosse.
Little halftime entertainment. Looks like the Bedford Cannons 12U team will be taking the field as they get organized. You'll see players out there. We're going to take a break here in the booth. But please enjoy the Bedford Cannons as they get to take the high school field on the turf and showcase their skills as well. We'll join you for second half action here from Bedford High School.
Welcome back to SAU Field, or correction, make that Bedford High Stadium, as we're getting ready for second half action here in this D1 contest between the Souhegan Sabres and the Bedford Bulldogs. Scoring in the second quarter, we saw Bedford coming within one, made it 5-6. That was an unassisted goal by Olivia Matthews, tied up just moments later by Audrey Purnell with help from Matthews, made it 6-6. It was Lene Hickman on a free position, scoring 7-6. Emma Kennedy with an assist from Libby Kennedy on a fantastic goal, made it 8-6, and that was the biggest lead of the day for Souhegan. Then Bedford was able to come back with 3 straight. Matthews unassisted, Megan Muir from Matthews, and Maddie Kiley on a free position made it 9-8. That's how we ended the half, and now we're back here, ready for the start of the third period. Bedford going from left to right, and the sun even more so in the eyes of the Bedford goalkeeper.
Yeah, Grace Stewart's going to have to battle that for for this third quarter. Shadows getting long, sun getting even lower on the horizon. Tough for these goalies out to our left.
Possession Bedford, picked up by Muir. Now the Bulldogs set up the attack. Muir takes the pass from Purnell, now over to Kiley. Gets it to Steele. Steele waits. A lot of action behind X. Bit of a convention back there, had about 8 players.
Freeing up some space above the goal here as they look for cutters from behind. Wow, nice shot. A little bit of a riser there. Steele will pick up the assist. Matthews' 4th goal on the game. Watch it as she brings the stick low, right around hip level, and then brings the shot back up right above Katie Shriver's head. Fantastic finish there by the senior midfielder Matthews.
First goal of the day for Steele. Of course, Megan Muir has 4 on the day. Audrey Purnell with 1. Maddie Kiley with a goal and an assist. Olivia Matthews 2 goals and 3 assists. And that is your scoring for your Bulldogs in this game.
I had that goal going to Matthews, not Steele. Steele had the assist there.
Oh, correction. Okay.
Okay, yeah. So Matthews has 4 and 3. Muir has 4. The other 2, 1 is by Kiley, 1 by Purnell. So that gives me 10.
Bulldogs possess once again. They're enjoying their biggest lead so far.
Early going, third quarter. And again, we're seeing how important these draws are to possession of the ball as well as the scoreboard. The Sabres were controlling those draws for a lot of that second quarter. Now the Bulldogs are back in the driver's seat. Kiley, beautiful spin inside. I believe she got a shooting space call there. She'll have free position top left of Shriver.
You know, I was noticing we had kind of a flip in positions. We had Steele and Denon playing up top instead of their usual behind X.
Yeah, I likely call that an invert. Getting different players, different positions, cutters from different angles. And as we see Kiley finishing her free position. Little bounce shot right between the legs of Shriver. Good positioning here for Shriver. Just can't catch up to Kiley's shot. And the Bulldogs go ahead by 3.
biggest lead of the evening. Bulldogs are going to need to string together a few more just to get a cushion going, because these Souhegan Sabres are potent when they get the ball.
Yeah, believe me, we haven't seen the last goal of the game. Still have plenty of time for these potent offenses to put some numbers up.
And the Sabres come up with that. Here they come.
This is Highmark, who was on the circle there, was no longer taking the draw. Had a good run, like I said, in that second quarter as the Sabres were controlling possessions for a while. Here's Stevenson looking to go on Matthews.
Here right now, Stewart's looking straight into the sun. And a bounce shot there by Emma Kennedy gets the Souhegan Sabres within 2.
Just gets quite a bit of space here, right across the top of the fan.
Souhegan goal by number 7.
Help was late.
Kennedy.
Probably should have come from the opposite side there. You saw Melanie Gibson was trying to give chase from the back right, but they probably needed a near side defender coming over where Kennedy was driving towards. Either way, help defense was slow, and Kennedy's able to beat Stewart.
That was Libby Kennedy on the draw, taking Highmark's place, but Bedford comes up with the draw possession, and they are on the attack. Denon. Muir to Parnell. Bedford settles into their attack, taking their time. Here's Kylie. One-on-one against Stevenson. Gets the stick on her. Pass a little bit outside. They're going to have to hustle to get to it. Still loose. And just as the Sabres are about to take possession, they get pushed off the ball. Foul is called. The Sabres will maintain.
That's not a bad foul, but if you're Audrey Purnell, I think Coach Hodgson would say, not a bad one, because you give your defense a bit of a chance to reset, to put a bit of a ride on here, trying to prevent that free and easy clear. Now Kennedy. Stab, cut back to her left.
Lost her visor in the process.
We call those goggles, Harry. Goggles.
Okay.
Nikita Berry will pick up the foul. She'll go behind. And Libby Kennedy has a free position. Top left of Stewart. And she makes good on it. Walks in. High shot right above Stewart, who can't match sticks. And we're back to a 1-goal game.
Souhegan goal by number 2, Libby Kennedy.
Libby Kennedy with her 4th goal to go along with 2 assists, and they pulled it in 1. It's 11-10 now with 8:01 to go here in the 3rd. Pace of scoring has not diminished here in the second half. We're up to 21 goals. There's still most of the second half to go.
A lot of time, a lot of time.
Not exactly a goaltender's duel today.
I mean, these are tough shooters, too.
Souhegan comes up with it.
All kinds of different angles, high velocity, accurate shots. This is a tough game for goaltenders, as you mentioned. I know that's close to your heart.
I have a soft spot for goalies, no matter what the sport. Sabres send it down behind X. That's Hickman. She comes
Clearing
up.
out space for her. She gets to the high side, but we're going to have a foul.
Another free position right from the very top, from 12 o'clock.
Yeah, coming over on help defense was Melanie Gibson, and she gets called for shooting space. Hickman, top center. Stutter steps, doesn't get a shot off. That's a little bit surprising.
Very.
And now a pass gets deflected in the middle, and Megan Muir comes away with it. Gets checked from the side. And she gets fouled. She's ready to get going. Ooh.
Forgot the ball.
She still had it, and she was trying the quick restart, but the defender didn't go far enough behind, so she had to pause.
Here we go, White. Take care of it.
And you hear that right there as the Bulldogs say, here we go, White, let's take care of it. Valuing possession of the ball, looking for those solid opportunities, goal-scoring chances. Defense gets extended out here.
Very aggressive there by Eva Stiles, coming out to meet the Matthews, I believe, yes. Not giving her any room to relax.
Trying to wear her down.
That's Sophie Jacobs this time, number 13.
They're gonna, looks like they're gonna do a face guarding defense on Matthews. Kylie feeds inside, batted away. Good defensive play there by Isabel Stevenson. She picks up the ground ball and she's off to the races.
That was a tough pass to make. Denon was surrounded by defenders. It was really going to be hard for her to come up with that ball cleanly.
Maddie Kiley gets called on a foul. Looks like we might get... No, we don't. They just reset them. That might have been an opportunity for them to issue one of those new green cards, and they'll take a timeout. We'll see what happens here. Looks like the referees are going to huddle up here, and this was an offside call. This is a rule change recently with the women's game, in that they were the Bulldogs were in an offside position. In order for them to create some sort of penalty for this, I think she should be issued a green card, which makes the Bulldogs a player down. And we're not going to have that? No. We're restarting. And no penalty.
And here we go. High mark. Gifted to Stevenson. Down low. Here's Hickman.
You can see the skill level in these players as they just move it around the outside. Sharp passes, solid catches, great check there. As Kennedy was trying to get high side, get her hands free. Good defense by the Bulldogs and a help from the backside.
They said Souhegan backed that up. I thought it was pretty close. Hickman again trying to emerge from behind goal line extended. Now she's in front of the net, changes direction.
Ooh.
And a shot that goes right off of Libby Kennedy's, or a pass I should say, goes off Libby Kennedy's stick. Maybe she lost it in the sun.
Almost guarantee she lost it in the sun. That was a tough pass to catch. Kennedy, highly skilled player, and she completely whiffed on it. So the only explanation in my mind is that she lost it in the sun.
Well, the shadows are creeping up on the field, hopefully soon for the Bedford goalkeeper, that she'll be in shadow in a moment or two.
Norris near side now. She'll leg it out of trouble.
There's Kylie, and Souhegan really, like I said, very aggressive on defense. They're meeting the Bulldog defenders way out.
And Jacobs in particular, number 13 for the Sabres, she's really extending out, particularly on Matthews. They know where the danger is coming from, and they're trying to limit the potent goal scorer. They find it inside. Purnell from Kylie, I believe.
Yes. From 3 to 4, 4 from 3.
There you see on the replay, lefty dish, Kylie. Purnell cut back door, got her stick free. And again, near side finish, beating Shriver to that near pipe.
Good response here from the Bulldogs after giving up 2 straight, losing that 3-goal lead. Now able to extend it back to 2 goals. 12-10 here. Pace of scoring maybe slowed down just a little bit in this third quarter. 3:26 to go. Matthews against Libby Kennedy.
Yeah, didn't quite go high enough. They'll redo it.
Oh boy.
Your favorite part of the game, Harry. Well, they have changed it. The clock used to be running during this time, so much time would tick, tick, tick right off the clock, and be frustrating for many people.
There's going to be a stick foul there.
Yeah, we'll call it an empty check there on Kylie. Again, the empty check is you're not allowed to check a stick that does not have the ball in it, so they call it an empty check. They award possession to the team that was checked, in this case, the Bulldogs. Here along the top right. Kylie runs into trouble. Good defense, gets the ball on the ground.
Kylie got that pass cleanly, but she was surrounded immediately.
Here's Allison Jordan running away and turning it over. Ooh, and going out of bounds here was Muir.
Was she forced out?
No.
Give it back.
Yeah, I think Jordan held her ground. Muir ran out of bounds.
Back-to-back turnovers. Souhegan back with the ball. 2:19 to play in the third
We
quarter.
might have another one here. Aaron pass on the defensive side, and it goes out of bounds on that far sideline. So the Bulldogs fortunate to get it back here.
Yeah, uncharacteristic. A lot of sloppy play here in the last few moments. Purnell over to Kylie. Purnell with it again. Back to Kylie. She's being attacked by Stevenson.
Matthews
Pass
inside. Woo!
Yes.
Laser up top.
So Muir keeps feeding her.
Yeah, she'll get the assist as Matthews picks up her 5th goal of the game.
Bedford goal by number 2, Olivia Matthews. Assistant number 5, Megan Muir.
So 5 goals now for Olivia Matthews.
3 assists to go along with it.
And first assist coming from number 5, Megan Muir. She's got 4 goals. And the lead is back up to 3 with 1:41 to go here in the third quarter.
It seems like the Bulldogs have figured something out here in the draw circle. Getting it going their way as we see another ground ball and a draw control for Liv Matthews.
And the ball just went right by the 2 Souhegan players. Bedford had the momentum to catch up with it. Now here's Purnell moving in, gets it behind X and whistle.
Purnell will get free position, top left of Shriver.
Chance here to push the lead to 4. That would be the biggest lead of either team.
She's all the way out though on the floating hash, so tough scoring position here. She'll likely just pull it out.
And you're right.
This is the Sabres challenging the rest of these offensive players, saying, you guys, we know that Liv Matthews is an incredible player. We want the rest of you to try to beat us.
And a timeout called?
Yeah, it looks like Purnell is going to get that free position top center with a chance to put the Bulldogs up 4 goals with 32 seconds left here.
Recap scoring in other games in Bedford athletics. The softball team dropping a decision to Salem today, 18-2. That was the Slavosky Field. And in Salem, the Bulldogs baseball team hangs on in the 7th. They had a tying run on base, but were able to get out of the jam, and they come away with a 6-4 win.
Brought in the righty to close it out.
Please come to the press box.
And our next broadcast will be a baseball game. Merrimack, the Tomahawks, come to SAU Field Wednesday, May 1st, 4:30 first pitch. We'll have that for you on BCTV.
It's supposed to be nice on Wednesday?
I'll tell you in a minute.
Whip out your weather.com app and see what the forecast is. Hopefully it's a nice afternoon for them to take the diamond.
Actually, they're calling for rain and high of 41.
Harry, you're not generating interest. Lie, please.
The game might get rained out.
Shh. I think Harry's mistaken. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be beautiful and 65. So
okay.
Please come on down.
Whatever you say.
Watch the baseball game. Do have a beautiful day today. We are
blessed.
Absolutely enjoying this phenomenal weather. One of the nicest days we've had this spring.
Pickleball players are coming outside finally.
Are you one of them now?
Oh yeah. In fact, played at Rock Rimmon today.
Really?
Great place.
Look at you. Get after it. And here's Purnell. Top center. 8-meter free position. And she finishes. Ooh. Oh, they call her in the crease. No goal. No goal.
Interesting. Let's look at that again here.
So she cannot follow through with any part of her body or her stick.
There she goes. Yeah, she's definitely in the crease.
That is a tough call, as the ball seemed like it was already in the back of the net.
It was.
When she took a step in. So that gets wiped out, and now transition. Great save. Grace Stewart. Phenomenal save right there just before the end of the quarter. And that was a big play. That could have been a huge swing if Stewart didn't come up with that point-blank save. Great replay here. Coming right down the middle was Lila Kimball. And Grace Stewart stands tall between the pipes. Well done, Grace.
Scoring from the third quarter, it was number 2, Matthews from Steele, made it 10-8. Maddie Kiley on a free possession pushed the lead to 3, 11-8. Then Souhegan answered back as number 7, Emma Kennedy, made it 11-9. And Libby Kennedy off a free position made it 11-10. That's as close as they got. As Audrey Purnell, with an assist from Maddie Kiley, made it 12-10. And then the last goal, Matthews from Muir, made it 13-10. That's where we stand right now. One more quarter to go. And scoring in the game so far, leading scorers for the Bulldogs, Matthews with 5 goals, 3 assists. Muir, 4 goals, 1 assist. Kiley, 2 goals, 2 assists. Audrey Purnell with 2 goals. On the Souhegan side, leading scorer there, Libby Kennedy with 4 goals, 2 assists. It's Lila Kimball, the senior, with a pair of goals. Also, Lanai Hickman with a pair. And number 7, Emma Kennedy with a pair of goals.
Well, it's meeting what our expectations were at the start of the game. 2 phenomenal programs here in Division I girls lacrosse. We're seeing a battle here this afternoon. Sun is going down, the sweatshirts are coming out. Shriver will have the last moments of sun in her face. As we see down to the left here, the goal is mostly surrounded by shadows, but where the goalie would be standing still has sun.
Sun would be right in their face. Something that the Bulldogs should take advantage of, as they will be coming from the opposite end. Next lacrosse broadcast here on BCTV coming up on Friday, May 3rd, out-of-state contest against the Marblehead Magicians. They'll be coming into Bedford Stadium for a 7 p.m. face-off. That'll be on BCTV.
Good interstate contest. I'll be on the call with Jay Abendroth. 7 p.m. Friday. We might also have another broadcaster joining us on Friday. Another lacrosse legend in the state of New Hampshire. We'll see if we can drag in some of our associates to add some color.
Maybe one of those NLL players that, you know?
He's not that good.
No. Off the draw, ball is in the air. Matthews trying to stabilize it, still loose.
Great hustle. Libby
Souhegan
Kennedy
gets it.
comes away with it. Scrappy play to get possession for the Sabres.
Focus. Ball's bouncing around, sticks flying. 3-goal lead for the Bulldogs here. Souhegan's got to fight back.
Wow.
And it starts right there.
Amazing quickness by Libby Kennedy. Gets herself free, a little jab step to the right, cuts back to the left, finishes with the bouncer.
Go by number 2, Libby Kennedy.
Libby Kennedy with her 5th goal.
Can't quite tell if that was a twister or not from the replay. With her right hand coming from the left-hand side. Call that a bit of a twister. Either way, great finish for Kennedy. And the freshman has 5 goals now for the Sabres.
Bulldogs have to bear down here, control the ball as much as they can. Off the draw, high ball is picked up momentarily by Muir. Then Kylie picks it up for the Bulldogs, and she brings it into the attack zone.
As we get further along, these possessions, and especially off the draw, become so important.
It's Purnell to Muir. There's still quite a bit of time left, 11 minutes. I don't imagine slowing the game down is really, there's any advantage to doing it now or not.
No, they're still going to the cage, as they do here, and they, ooh.
What's the call? It's in the net.
It was in the net, but there's a defensive foul. Maddie Kiley will have a free position. Top right of Shriver.
Come on, Maddie.
Low shot, save. Shriver got down for it.
Got that stick, got that net down low. Anticipated the shot. She knew that she was going to go off the ground. Big save there. Gives Souhegan possession. Down 2 with 10:19 to play. You know, have they ever considered having a continuation where if you get a foul but score a goal that they just give you the goal and forget about the pre-possession?
Yeah, they're trying to do that as much as possible with the timing of the foul to the timing of the shot. And they're starting, when the referees deem it that play can continue, they'll put their flag in their hand and hold it above their head and be ready to allow that continuation. That was a little bit of an awkward one because it didn't seem like Maddie Kiley was going to get that shot off. She did, and it went in, so that's an unfortunate turn of events for the Bulldogs. But yes, they are trying to allow that a bit more and more.
Because that took a goal off the board for the Bulldogs.
Sure did.
A goal they could have used here. 10:05 to go. They lead by 2, but Souhegan has the ball, and they have been dangerous every time they've had possession. Haven't seen too many goalie saves, but they're going to be huge in this quarter.
Well, again, that's a tribute to these shooters. They're very accurate, strong, fast shots that are finding corners. We saw Grace Stewart come up with a huge save just moments ago on that fast break at the end of the third quarter. Probably the highlight of the game for her so far. And with 10 minutes left, plenty of time for more highlights.
And of course, just a moment ago, Katie Shriver, anticipating the low shot on that free position, made a big save with the big butterfly net, and not only kept the goal off the board, but gave Souhegan possession here with 10:05 to play.
So a 2-goal game, 10 to go. Strategies discussed all around as the Sabres look to try to complete this clear. It should be near side around the, yeah, there it is. We can see the ball right at the 48-yard line.
And the scoreboard indicates 0 timeouts. Is that correct, that Souhegan can no longer call timeout?
I believe they only get 1 per quarter.
Bedford still has theirs.
And here's Libby Kennedy trying to beat a triple team. And she does. So the Sabres get into their half field. Stevenson looks to dish. 2-player game up top there. They look for cutters.
A lot of traffic in front of the Bedford net. Now it clears away. Emma Kennedy looks for an outlet and leaves it there. Kimball carries it behind the goal line extended. There's a cutter, shot and a goal.
Woo. Kimball will pick up the assist on Kennedy's 6th goal. That's Libby Kennedy on the finish. You could see the cut right here, following the ball down. And beats Stewart near side. Offside hip, very hard for the goalies to catch up to that. And they draw within 1.
Pressure situation here for Bedford. They need to get possession here. Ball's high in the air.
2 versus 2.
Looks like Souhegan will come up with it.
Libby Kennedy, number 2, against Liv Matthews, number 2. And Kennedy comes away with it. The Sabres look to draw even, and they do. Finished by Highmark.
All tied up. Highmark with the assist from Emma Kennedy.
Souhegan go by number 4, Natalie Highmark.
Catch and finish.
7, Emma Kennedy.
Not an easy finish there either for Highmark. She caught it. Multiple defenders right there. Reached up and over. Got it past Stewart.
Bulldogs coming to this game undefeated at 6-0, wanting to avoid their first loss. Souhegan at 5-2 would love to take down these Bulldogs. Neighboring town. Not really a rival school, considering most of Souhegan sports are at the Division II level, but they are peers in Division I.
The Bulldogs come away with a really important draw possession here, controlling it and setting up their offense.
Mirror being watched.
Gets a step. Kylie, low and to the left, backed up behind by the Bulldogs.
They got to find a way to beat Shriver here.
Denon gets high side, finishes. Yeah, and when I say high side, I mean goal line extended is right there at the goal line.
Bedford goal line number 22.
She gets high on the defender. The defender lets her get up top side, and as soon as you let that offensive player get high side, as I keep saying, they can get their hands free, and it's a really tough position for the goalie. So as a defender, you want to try to turn them back towards that goal line extended, and here it is the football goal line on the women's side.
So Denon with her first goal of the night, unassisted, puts Bedford back on top 14-13, 8:02 to play.
As many New Englanders might say, it's a barn burner. You love that accent, don't you, Harry?
I do.
Yeah.
Can't get enough. Still on the ground, and they come away with it. Souhegan does.
Libby Kennedy all over the place, and they missed the pass there. Tough one.
On the ground, though.
Andy Nugent tries to come up with the ground ball, and away comes Audrey Purnell.
Great poise there in that crowd to come away with the loose ball.
Scrappy play. Gets fouled, she keeps going. Quick restart. Gets it down to Steele. And they will settle.
Bulldogs, 7:20 to play here, nursing a 1-goal lead. Trying to add to it.
Matthews draws a crowd.
Here's Muir, waiting for an outlet, decides to give it back to Kylie. Kylie puts it on the ground, but she got a foul in the process.
Yeah, that check came across her body and across her face, so Kylie will get the free position, top left of Katie Shriver. Not the greatest angle. 2 steps, near side, she finishes, tough one. Squeaks it in between there. Looked like there was limited, if any, daylight. And Kylie gets her Hattie on the day.
Bedford goal line number 3, Maddie Kylie.
She didn't let the angle bother her. She pulled the trigger, got the goal.
Yeah, of course, for our position right here, it's tough to see if there was any daylight there, but I can't imagine there was much. And she just snuck it in near side. Again, offside hip, that's just such a tough save. The goalies are usually hugging that pipe on the near side.
.6:34 to play, Bulldogs up by 2. 15-13.
The all-important draw.
High in the air. Souhegan had it. And a violation is called here. Possession will stop. A yellow card being called. And that's going to be called on Audrey Purnell. She goes off.
Jeez.
Bulldogs will be shorthanded.
Unless she caught some of the head there, that's a bit of a surprising call in that position. Wow. It wasn't a particularly violent check, but perhaps she caught some of Libby Kennedy's head, so that would warrant the card.
So Souhegan with the ball and with the advantage into the attack zone.
Tough position here for the Bulldog defense.
Stevenson tries to pivot. Down low to Hickman. Back on top, that is Emma Kennedy. Pass back down low. Centering pass looks like it's on the ground and stolen away by the Bulldogs.
Good defense. Good ground ball by Megan Muir.
Muir evades the double team there and is able to get out of trouble, get the ball to their teammates. 5:36 to go in regulation. Bulldogs up on Souhegan Sabres 15-13.
Yeah, let's not let that play by Libby Norris go unnoticed right there. That's a tough in-between hop that she was able to keep in front of her, not letting the low bounce pass get behind her and out of bounds. So important that she kept that in front of her and kept possession for the Bulldogs. Now the Bulldogs will look to burn off the rest of that penalty.
Yeah, long possession here would suit them fine if they can finish with a goal here. Burn down some of that clock and try to build that lead back up to 3.
Denon, yeah, trying to get away from pressure.
Souhegan in pursuit, not giving any room here. You're back to Denon. Stevenson on her.
Nice fake and roll away from pressure. Looking to double team every time they can, as again it's a 2-goal margin. 4.5 left. Penalty should be released here, and it is.
And a whistle.
We're going to get a card.
Will be on Souhegan, I believe it is. It's going to be on number 7, Emma Kennedy. She's going off.
Wow. I don't know if that was foul language or unsportsmanlike, or it didn't seem like she caught a stick in the head, but she was standing right next to the official. So if there was any conduct foul, it very clearly would have been easy to call for that official right there.
Down to 4:23. Souhegan's going to be down a player.
And what a turn of events here. You know, the Bulldogs have an opportunity to run 2 minutes off here, really uncontested. Oh, and a wayward pass.
Yeah, that got deflected as Kylie tried to get it to the cutter.
Good check. Ball's on the ground. That's Allison Jordan coming up with a huge defensive play and a ground ball.
Now Souhegan down by 2. 3:52 to go. They have a chance to burn off some clock here, although they really have to get a goal here right away.
Yeah, I'm not sure they're looking to burn any clock. Shot gets checked in process. Libby Kennedy, it goes behind.
Giannetti backs it up, able to maintain possession here for the Sabres. 3:30 to go.
Kennedy
gets the shot wide. Backed up once again. It'll stay with the Sabres, but importantly, that shot missed. High mark. 3 minutes to go here. Stevenson. Back to Highmark, goes off her stick. This is going to be, nope, I think she's going to be able to run it down. Okay.
Yeah, she got enough of that ball as it went past her, slowed down momentum and kept it from going out of bounds.
And no one was near her to compete for the ball. Still has it, running into a triple team. Pass down low.
Wow.
And a goal by Lanai Hickman.
From Highmark. Tough one there. They slid with 2 defenders. You could see the low defender creeps high, and they get Hickman creeping around from X. Picks that far post and brings the Sabres back to within 1.
2:38 to go.
Number 4, Natalie Highmark.
Highmark with her 3rd goal.
And this goes back to that play down to the left here in the Bedford offensive end. They had a player advantage right at the start. Pass gets tipped and it gets turned over, giving the Sabres the opportunity to score. And score they did.
In the air. Souhegan wins it. Chance to tie.
2.5 left.
They're still down a player, waiting for that penalty to expire.
Which should be released very soon, and there it is. 7v7 now. two-player game, looking for pick and roll.
Emma Kennedy.
Ooh, they had a couple cutters from behind there.
Now Highmark.
Could be waiting for last shot here. Although that's a lot of time to burn off.
Yeah, minute 44 left.
Possibly not wanting to allow the Bulldogs to have another, but they're down. This isn't even tied. They're down a goal.
I wonder if the Bulldogs should increase that pressure and press them a little more. You saw right there, the ball's on the ground. Nobody close enough to challenge for it.
Yeah, you run into those challenging situations. Ooh. Where you spend too much time chasing and pressing out and you expose yourself on the backside. You know, I think a conservative approach is probably more logical as we tick down to a minute.
Wide shot is backed up by Souhegan. They maintain possession.
Bulldogs looking to make a stand here, getting the top side. Missing the cage.
Shot backed up again by the Sabres. They maintain. 50 seconds to go.
Gibson defends. Nice job there. Muir got her stick in and distracted the player, and it goes out of bounds. The Bulldogs come up with a huge turnover there.
And it's down to 35 seconds. Bulldogs just have to burn this clock down. They don't even have to score.
They give it to Matthews. That's the right person to have it. Now near a far side, Muir gets it ahead. And that might just about do it as we tick under 20. And they'll settle things, and that will be your final score, 15-14. I don't believe Matthews will shoot at this point.
No, there's 6 seconds left.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the Bulldogs come up with a huge win here, keeping their record perfect. They move to 7-0. The Sabres drop to 5-3. And Harry, what a game.
It really was a game, and it was probably even more challenging than that Pinkerton game.
Final score.
They spent a lot of time trailing the Sabres, and the Sabres gave all they could handle. So even though their record dropped to 5-3, that is not indicative of the quality play that the Souhegan Sabres deliver. This is a tough loss for them, but they represented well.
They sure did, and they have a very strong chance to do well in the playoffs this year. I would not be surprised if the Bulldogs face the Sabres again late this season in playoff time.
Olivia Matthews was your leading scorer. She had 5 goals, 3 assists. Maddie Kiley with 3 goals, 2 assists. Audrey Purnell, 2 goals. Megan Muir, she had 4 with an assist. And Natalie Denon with 1 goal. On the Souhegan side, it was Libby Kennedy. She had 6 goals, 2 assists. Number 8, Lila Kimball with 2 goals. Number 12, Lanai Hickman with 3. Emma Kennedy, number 7, 2 goals and an assist. And finally, Natalie Highmark with a goal and an assist. And that is your final tally, your final score here. Bedford 15, Souhegan 14. Bulldogs survived to improve to 7-0. Thank you to our crew. Of course, Bill Jennings on camera, Andrew Fenn producing. Do we have Andrew Bird back, Dale Bird back at the studio with the replays? Of course, Mr. Replay. Corey Munster-Tiger, always a pleasure working with you. I'm Harry Kozlowski. Thanks for tuning in to Bedford Girls Lacrosse here on BCTV.